come shopping and cooking with me for date night at home. Shopping in the morning is always like, you have to time it, because I feel like a lot of people do their shopping after they finish school drop off. So I got out nice and early this morning. I'm gonna do a really quick little haul of what I got. I did stop by the new fish market. I've got half a kilo of black mussels and 2 blue swimmer crabs. They don't have females in at the moment, so I just got 2 males. I've also picked up from Claudio's a mixed plate of kingfish, salmon and tuna. Also picked up a dozen jumbo oysters. They are by far my favorite, but they're not available year round. Probably only serving half a dozen with dinner, so I'm gonna eat the other half dozen at some point during the day. Also picked up a few other ingredients. I was hoping to get burrata, but I don't know, is there a burrata shortage? Because I can't seem to find it anywhere. And I ended up going with a wood smoked buffalo mozzarella because couldn't even find like baby burrata. Cherry tomatoes, normal tomatoes, 2 stone fruits for the mozzarella. Unrelated to date night, I picked up a new vase. So I went by the florist and they have this absolutely gorgeous vase. It's very like, it's more abstract. She is adorable, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of bought her with the intention of maybe using her as a coffee mug. I feel like she's a good size. I did pop by Gourmet Life yesterday to pick up a few things and I'll show you what I grabbed. Not sure, like obviously some of these I'm definitely using tonight. Not sure if I'm going to be using everything. Packet of fettuccine. This is 500 grams. I have a feeling this is like 6 servings, so I'll probably use half the bag. Picked up 2 cans of canned cherry tomatoes. And then I've actually never tried this, but this caught my eye. It is, I actually don't know what it's soaking in, like what liquid, but this is peeled tomatoes. Picked up 2 50-gram tins of caviar. This is cru caviar and this is Black River. And then I picked up 2 blocks of cheese. This is a soft cheese, so it's almost like a brie where it's like soft in the center and it's got a little bit of rind on the outside. I think these are like almost 100 grams each. What I'm going to be doing for dinner tonight is a stone fruit burrata. I'm going to do a, well, actually no, it's not burrata anymore. It's a stone fruit buffalo mozzarella. I'm doing a raw plate with the sashimi and oysters. I'm going to do steamed mussels in a tomato sauce. And then I'm doing a blue swimmer crab fettuccine. I was going to say linguine, but it's fettuccine. And then I may or may not do another run to the shops and pick up some vegetables like a broccolini or asparagus and do that butter garlic in the pan. I just made up a really quick minganette because I've decided I'm gonna eat that half dozen oysters now. Look at the size of that. She's gorgeous. Like I said, jumbos aren't always around, and even when they are, not all of the stores are selling them. I'm gonna get a start on prepping for dinner. Now the raw plate and the oysters are like pretty straightforward. For the pasta, I'm gonna be doing fresh cherry tomatoes, not just 4. Got a bag of them, but I'm going to halve them for the pasta, and then for the mussels I'm doing a combination of fresh and canned, but I actually think I'm going to try using this one. So I'm going to use this whole jar, and I think I'm going to do 4 fresh tomatoes. So I'm going to chop and prep everything. Cherry tomatoes halved, and then 4 larger tomatoes cut into chunks. Next, I'm going to dice up 2 onions. Ended up only doing 1.5 onions because this is a lot. So, got half an onion left. The next piece of prep I'm doing is a tedious one, and that is going to be boiling the crab and then picking all the meat out. I probably should have bought the cooked ones, but I didn't. So I bought raw, and I need to cook them first, let them cool down, and pick all the meat out. While the crab is cooking, I'm gonna start on the stone fruit mozzarella. So I think I'm gonna leave the skin on. So I'm gonna give these both a really good clean and then cut them chunky style, plate them on the plate, and then break this up into chunks. Some people do slices. I think little chunks kind of looks cuter. There she is, all plated. I'm going to drizzle her with balsamic vinegar, olive oil, and a little bit of Maldon salt right before I serve. But in the meantime, I'm gonna wrap her up and pop her in the fridge. I'm going to start on mussels. So I'm gonna start by just browning some of the onions and then popping in my chunky tomatoes and the jarred ones and a little bit of white wine, and then I'm gonna let that simmer down and get nice and soft. I'm gonna get a start on the pasta. I think I'm gonna do 3 of these. This is also a spinach fettuccine. So I'm not sure if it's just this that has spinach or all of it does, but there is spinach somewhere.